Hey yo! Hey yo, Ajax, you gonna get over here, dude? It's actually not that bad anymore. Humidity's fucked though. Yo, you guys getting clapped up by this humidity? Holy shit, dude. So humid, my balls got stuck to my leg while I was in my dream. That's crazy. You just look down, you're like, are you serious? Poof! Gone! I don't want this anymore. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. There's some things that God's like, you gotta deal with this shit. You're gonna learn today. Yeah, what lesson is there to learn from sweaty nuts being stuck to your leg all day for like days straight? Because I'm pretty sure the humidity is gonna be like 100% for like 3+ days. Brutal. It's alright. Maybe it's to take a day off from the gym. There's no way I want to go and work out. I'd rather just like go walk or bike outside. This is brutal. We're gonna talk about demonic backshots. I just want to ramble. I just want to rant a little bit. Stay with me. It's gonna be fun. I'll try and make it fun. But you know, sometimes I'll try and do videos too much where it's helpful, right? And I have to put that in air quotes. Because to a degree, it's like if you want to help the world, then you also have to see the pain. And I always go schizo mode sometimes, and I wondered to myself, I was like, wait a minute. But if I'm just like the most loving, happy, joyous version of myself, do I see any of this pain? Or am I the one that's co-creating the pain? And then I have to like stop going down that path because there's too much thinking involved. And I'm just like, I must return to being retarded. And just not thinking at all. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go play some KOTOR and just relax for a little bit. If you don't know what KOTOR is, Knights of the Old Republic 1 or 2. Both games are absolute gas. It's like a Star Wars game where you like level up and there's quests and shit. It's a good time. You should try it out. But yeah, demonic backshots. You ever, you know, like when you go anywhere, you do anything, and you just have these thoughts that just come into your mind. They just smack you, and they can be like really just dark, like evil thoughts. Like you see an old lady with a walker, and you're just like, yo, kick that shit. And it just like, it hits your mind and you visualize it a little bit, how funny it would be. You like kick the walker. It's like you kick the walker out. This old bitch just falls on the ground. I mean, it would be hilarious. Don't get me wrong. It's like we all, to a degree, have this like, this part of us that just comes in that is so intrusive. And when we can give into it or we can kind of ignore it, but that's what I want to talk about today, is how ignoring it too much can actually make your life way worse. And when you can feed it a little bit, when you can integrate it in and figure out like, well, why do I find that type of shit funny? For example, like the kicking of the old lady's shit, her walker out from under her. Yeah, that shit's hilarious. Like, it's a sign from yourself, like, you need to laugh more. You need to be more playful. You need to see life as a joke. And sometimes we have those thoughts enter our mind to loosen us up. It's not just to, you know, make us think that we're evil or fucked up. It's not like you're, like, peeling somebody's skin off. Like, that's a little dark. I've had that one personally myself, but there's all these different pieces and parts of us that are trapped within this subconscious mind that we're not really aware of. And that's where these thoughts really come from. You know, all we really have is the present moment. So you go outside, right? Unless you want to live your house, you live your life in the basement, in your mom's basement, wherever it is. That's all G. If you want to be the next Asmongold, go ahead. That would be fire as fuck. Because he's cool. You do whatever you want. But you go out in this world and you run into other people, and there's always an opportunity to react in some way. Like that's a given. A given of life is within the present moment, you are going to be presented with opportunities to react to things outside of yourself. And based off of these reactions, it can uplift your life, it can send you on a certain trajectory, it can unlock rooms, which is like you talk to somebody and that person is like a fucking portal, right? You talk to them and they open up your awareness because you can only perceive where your awareness is sort of aware of, your perceptive filters of life. So you perceive the things that you already believe about life in general. But some of these conversations, they unlock a new room for you to go in, which is pretty cool. What keeps us stuck so much are these, it's the demons just getting up and just, demonic backshots. That was the weakest backshots I could have possibly shown. It's more so like one of those ones where it's like your legs are spread and you got your hands put out on the bed like this. She or he, they're flat and you're just pounding the cheeks in. Pounding. That's what your mind is designed to do to you. It wants to stop you from going through these doors. Sometimes I love it and I hate it because I have to answer the same shit a lot, which is low-key, honestly, I'm just going to give you guys truth. I'm thinking about going and starting streaming because I think that would be easier. I think it would be much easier for me to just go full fucking retard and just play video games and just talk to people live than film videos. Because, the deeper I get into filming a video, it's basically like being live in the first place. Except when you're streaming, it's like I get to actually talk to other humans instead of just talking to the Cardinals and Blue Jays outside that just sit there and stare at me. They're probably thinking what are you doing, brother? What are you doing, my guy? Because then, I forget where I am. Yeah, different rooms. You go into these rooms, and it expands your life. It gives you new opportunities. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good opportunity. Sometimes it's a discernment event. And when I say discernment event, sometimes you go and you do something, and it's fucked. It's not meant for you. You absolutely hate it. And so it's teaching you something in that moment where you survived, firstly, and you got through it. So that's cool. That's awesome, dude. Good. High five, bro. So that's part of the lesson. But also, you get to see, hey, subjectively, for myself, I don't want to do this again. This isn't meant for me. And it helps you realign. It's kind of like a new bank on a river gets installed. Whereas now you see it and you're like, oh, I don't want to crash into that ever again. So I'm going to steer away from it. And at least that's how I see it. Whereas, because you guys know, I'm a little special like that. I don't have time to hate things. Hatred is just so fucking gay. Why would I get mad, bro? Why? even if something terrible like death were to happen, I'd be like, so what? So what, you're gonna threaten me with sending me into a different realm, a different dimension? Maybe I get reincarnated? Fuck it, let's go. Let's mount up. Maybe I get reincarnated as a paladin. Huh? Send me back to that. I want to be casting light magic spells. I want to be delving into dungeons and delving into elves. My elf queens. Yeah, I'm going to be delving into her fucking dungeons. I'm going to be cooking it up extra filthy. Using that light magic on my schlong. Come on, my boy. So yeah, there's no time in my world to be negative. It's much easier to just be like fun, dude. Just have a good time. And to sort of evade these demonic backshots. Because they will keep you stuck. They will honestly keep you stuck. And I know you deal with these. Maybe you don't call them that because you're sane. But like, how often have you thought, have you had this intuition? Probably not even a thought. Not even a thought. You're still being retarded, okay? So no thoughts. Nothing's going on. You see somebody. You see them. You see them. Maybe you're out on the street. Maybe you're going to get some clothes. Maybe you're getting some ice cream. I don't know what the fuck you're doing in your life. But you see somebody. And you're like, wow, I want to go talk to that person. And then immediately after you say inside of your heart, oh, you should go talk to that person. That's a beautiful person. You find them attractive. You find them interesting. That is a beautiful, magical gateway to a new opportunity or an event. You know what? The hemispheres of your brain, the hands come in, they spread them out. And you just start getting your cheeks clapped. You start getting your hemispheres clapped. All the thoughts, all the reasons, all the fears, all the doubts, everything it just comes in and it's like, nope, you shouldn't talk to that person. You're going to fail. They're going to think you're weird. They're going to hate you. You're ugly. Don't you know? Don't you know you're ugly? Yeah, they're going to, you got something in your teeth, my guy. Dude, it's retarded. All these fucking thoughts. And I'm trying to figure it out, honestly, for humanity's sake. Like, where does this shit genuinely come from? Like, and why is it so negative by default? And it really is like our self-concept about ourselves. Because I used to be like this when I was younger. I would not be able to go and just like start a conversation with somebody new. I always had those thoughts come in immediately about my self-worth. I would get attacked by myself, essentially. Because at that time, my self-concept, my identity of self, how I related within my own belief about who I am to the outside world was that people on the outside are better than me. They're on a pedestal. I'm lower. I'm uglier. I'm fatter. I'm not as abundant. I'm not as happy. I'm not as interesting. I'm not as funny. I'm not as outgoing. Whatever the story was, at that time, my present moments, most of the time, I was just regurgitating that story. I kept fucking telling myself the same shit! And it was negative. It was negative, bro. And so then when I saw somebody that, intuition, which is really, it's like the closest thing we got to God, is when you have your heart just pounding like, yo, go talk to that individual. And then your mind steps in and tells you no. That's Backshots. That's Backshots right there. We need to get the heart and the mind on the same page. That was the big goal, probably of the last, I don't even want to say decade. It was probably like maybe 5 years, 6 years of my life is, because when I started out the whole self-improvement, whatever the fuck you want to call it, journey, it was more about like how to win friends and influence people. So like I was reading like Dale Carnegie, I was reading some of not Joe Dispenza yet, because that was kind of like the gateway drug to understanding like the subconscious and the conscious mind. But it was more like the motivation, get your ass up, go do something, David Goggins type shit. Like those type of books, like Jocko, Ego is the Enemy. A lot more of that. And so I started doing all this work on self-concept because those type of books, they're great for self-concept. What made people champions throughout time? What actually created this hero archetype? What created the savior archetype? And I was always interested in that. because that, I'm not the type of person that's going to wait for something outside of me to come and fucking save me. That shit's gay. You're outsourcing your problems to somebody else. Jesus doesn't give a fuck. He's not going to come and save you. Are you serious? Are you that greedy? Do it yourself. Do it yourself by speaking blessings onto your own life. And he gave you the path. He didn't die to come back to save you from your sins. He gave you the fucking example. Follow it. Yet these people out here calling him Lord. It's wild work, honestly. It's so much projection. Bunch of demons, I swear. Just be better. It's not that hard. I'm not going to put that down. But I digress. When you start to improve that self-concept, it's a bitch, dude. I'll just be real, it's a bitch. Like, you have all those old thoughts that they come up, and that's what happens. You go out in the world, you have a conversation with somebody, and the thoughts immediately start. And let me know in the comments if you guys are the same way. Like, sometimes you just see people, and you don't even have to know them. You don't have to have anything to do with them. Just random people. And immediately there's thoughts that enter your head that they're judging you. They're looking down on you. Oh, they're laughing at you. And so your mind is really heinous in this sense where it will turn everything outside of you into I call it like a frequency event. Everything is a frequency event. People are passing you on the street on the other side. You can choose to meet the moment with a certain frequency. So what I do to help myself out, my own frequency, is I smile at them. I wave. You'll be like, hey, what's up, neighbor? Right? It's a good time. They smile back. It's a good energy. But when I was younger and my self-concept was that of like, yo, you suck. Other people don't fucking like you. You should just off yourself. Yeah, I would just look at people and think they were judging me. And so then I would immediately like look down and be like, oh, I'm so ugly. Like a fucking, oh my God, I'd be like hodoring myself. Oh, dude. And so like I'd run away from conversations because the voice in my head told me I was going to fail before I ever even tried. And all the times that I had these negative reactions to these people outside of myself, it just kept reaffirming that same identity. And so it required a period of time in which radical change had to take place. And part of that change was radical forgiveness and acceptance. First came the acceptance. I had to accept that like I had been really nasty to myself, but that isn't who I am. I get to decide who I am and to forgive myself for my thoughts that were against me, the thoughts that were diminishing to me, and all that bullshit that just kept going on in my head. I was like, I had to accept that I had let basically the devil just like pound my brain. His fucking cock is just implanted in my dome. Dude was just using me as a wet hole. And I had to realize that. I had to come to terms. I was like, that's not me, bro. That's not me. I'm not him. I am somebody different. I like having fun. Why is it that I give energy to these thoughts that I'm not a fun person? Why am I doing that? And it requires that acceptance. And then from there, you can forgive yourself for those things. Because forgiveness is necessary, otherwise it becomes something that you are shameful of. It becomes something that you have guilt over. Like that attachments, the luggage of the past, all this baggage. It's usually the term that people use. Is like, hey man, you're carrying some baggage. What's important in life is forgiveness it's not for other people. It's for you, so you can release the attachments to the past, so you stop telling that story over and over again. Because if you want to rewire the self-concept, your identity, how you relate to the world, you have to start telling yourself a different story in the present moment. And then once you start telling yourself a better story, you can actually start choosing better actions, dude. It gets easier because it's in alignment. The number one most important thing, I probably say this every video because there's always more important things and I don't keep track. Like I said, I'm retarded. Is alignment. You have to figure out for you, right? For you. I'm going to talk directly you. What are you here for? Do you know? Do you have any idea? Do you have an inkling of what it is? I will give you a hint. I will tell you this much. Every single separate soul has a path. They have something that will make them the happiest version of themselves, the most fulfilled version of themselves. You may say, oh, that's bullshit. That's not true. Really, motherfucker? How do you think the world functions the way it does? You really think that there's people that aren't born and wired to love fishing above all else? I know these individuals. I'm friends with these individuals. My brother, he's a welder. He lifts up hundreds of pounds of metal, and he's in a room that's like 120 degrees, shooting a goddamn flamethrower. Fuck that. I ain't doing that shit. He loves it. I got a buddy from high school. I haven't seen him for years. I used to umpire all the time with this guy. But now he's out. And I think it's the Redwoods somewhere. It's like Washington, Oregon, or California. He does the fire prevention. So they go about and they cut down branches and certain trees and they put the lines in the ground. All that type of stuff. He fucking loves it. You have to figure out the things that you love. That version of you. That version of you is on the other side of telling the demon that is fucking your brain to fuck off and say, no, that's not me. You stop that. You stop being a little slut. You can go fuck other people, but not me. My brain is virgin. I'm going to give it up to the Lord. The Lord. Yeah, but I mean, like, once you're able to start releasing the past, then you can start living from the present, and you ask yourself the questions of like, bro, what do you enjoy doing? What actually gives you the most joy in life? And you start filling your day with those things, and then your life magically starts transforming. It gets better. It gets easier. You have people that are actually in alignment with you. Or I guess a better word would be resonant with you, because you're going to be vibrating at a higher degree. Because ultimately, everything, when you fill your day, when you fill your time with things that bring you joy, they bring love into your life. That's important. Bringing love into your life. You yourself are going to be meeting the moment in a higher state. Naturally. Like, if you could be a negative person right now, but you're not always going to be negative, okay? I love you, bro. Tell yourself that you love yourself. That version of you that maybe you love paintballing. The version of you that is paintballing all the time and has friends that are paintballers, that film videos about paintballing, whatever it is that is really passionate for you. You're going to be meeting that moment from a higher state. You're going to be joyous. You're not going to be a grumpy person when you're out paintballing. Fuck that. You're not going to be grumpy. That's what you want to be doing. And so as you fill your day with more things that you meet at a higher vibration, a higher frequency, higher energy, life starts magnetizing itself. You become more magnetic. The higher your frequency is, the universe just starts giving you things. It's just how it works. When you are higher energy, things are attracted to you. You are more magnetic for all opportunities, all these events, all these new people. But the only way to get there is shifting the self-concept. You gotta shift the self-concept. When any thought comes into your head, You got to remove it. You can't get mad at it. Another little piece of advice. Don't do that. It doesn't work very well. It actually just goes and reaffirms it. If you have a thought that's diminishing come in, and then you meet that thought with a low energy, such as like anger, you get mad at it, then you're just going to attract things into your reality for you to perceive that will just draw you to anger. You have to transmute it, which is taking it to a higher level of understanding. Usually, and that's why understanding is one of the lower of the higher vibes, is because the first step to like loving and having a joyous life is to understand what's going on. You have to have a certain level of awareness. So just bringing awareness to it is a step in the right direction. Just asking yourself, like, is that really me? Is this real? What is real? And you can apply some conscious energy and you can start rewiring your belief system to be one that is beneficial to you. It might feel like you have imposter syndrome for a while. I mean, dude, it is what fucking is. That's just rewiring the brain. It's gonna feel uncomfortable until you solidify it. And then once you solidify it, you're gonna start to see people reaffirm it. Your reality outside of you reaffirm it back to you. And then it gets a hell of a lot easier. So just be more positive, man. Take it easy. You know, if you're getting your cheeks clapped, your hemispheres just clapped up, it's okay. Just let it happen. Don't react to it. Don't get mad at it. Understand it. Understand what's happening. That's just an old belief system, an old self-concept, something in your identity. It's not you. It's not really you. Okay? So there's no reason to get pissed off about it. There's no reason at all. It's just an opportunity. It's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to change. And always be grateful for it. Always, 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 always be grateful. Because those negative thoughts, when they come to you, it teaches you something. It allows you to realign your path. It teaches you something in that present moment for you to get rid of, so then you can build your life in a better way for you moving forward into the future. So there's always something to be grateful for. Always be grateful. Go out, fucking talk to these people. If your heart is screaming at you to have a conversation, have the conversation, bro. You're beautiful, all right? You're attractive. You're interesting. Don't you know these things? Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Just be more positive. Have more fun. Be retarded, okay? Just try it. Just try it. Stop thinking so much. Just give it a try. All right, love you guys. I'll catch you next time.